So we're going to have a look at how to factorize algebraic terms. So remember that factors of a number are numbers that divide into it evenly. So if we take 12 for example, the factors of 12 include 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Each of these numbers divides evenly into 12. Okay, so if we 12 times 1, 6 times 2, okay, each of these numbers has something that times into it to get 12, and if we divide this 12 by one of these numbers, it divides into it evenly. So let's have a look at the 4 factors of 40a squared b. Okay, so what we're trying to have a look at is basically what we can times together, okay, to get this. Now, one of the first ones that comes to mind, we have a look at the 40 first. So 8 times 5 times a times a times b. Okay, like so. Now we could have a look at it another way. 4 times 10 times a squared times b. Okay, so if we wanted to list down the factors, okay, 8, 5, a, b, a squared, okay, these are all factors of this. We could divide these evenly into this. Okay, now it only asks for 4, so if I gave that as my answer, that would be indeed correct. Okay, now there's tons and tons and tons of them, that's why we've only limited to 4. Now let's go a little bit beyond that. I've got 2 terms here. Notice how it's not in an expression. So 16x and 40xy. Okay, so between these 2 terms, I need to find the greatest common factor. So I need to find, okay, the highest number, okay, and the highest or the common pronumeral that exists between these terms. So let's have a think about it. Now, once you get to know your times tables, okay, this process becomes a lot easier. But let's list down the factors, okay, of 16x. So we've got 1, 2, 3 doesn't divide into it, 4, 5 doesn't, 6 doesn't, 7, 8, okay, 9, 10, 11, all the way up to 16. Now, x on itself, okay, is not a factor, so we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Okay, we're only going to be worried at the moment about the numbers. So let's have a look at 40. Okay, actually I'll scribble that up. Okay, we don't even need that. So 1, 2, now 3 doesn't divide into it, but 4 does, 5 does, 6, 7, 8, okay, 9, 10, okay, 20, and 40. Now what is the common number, or the highest common number between 16 and 40? Okay, it's 8. None of the ones proceeding to the right, okay, match up. Now this means that 8 is the highest common factor. We haven't finished yet. We've still got to deal with the pronumerals, which are a lot easier. You've got to ask yourself, what is the common pronumeral between 16x and 40xy? That's easy. The x's are common. Okay, so my highest or my greatest common factor of these 2 terms is 8x. Okay, now let's have a look over at this these 2 terms. So 12r and 28. So write these out. 1, 2, so these are all the factors of 12, okay, which we did up there. 3, 4, 6, and 12. 1, 2. Okay, does 3 go into it? No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 28. Okay, so which is my highest common factor? Okay, it's 4. Now I've got to ask myself, which pronumeral is common between 12R and 28? There isn't one. There is no pronumeral over here, so they do not share, okay, the same pronumeral, which means that in this case, the greatest common factor can only be 4.